Hi, this is Kathy with Kitten's Cozy Creations, and today we're going to do something a little different. I've been doing chalk couture, but I thought maybe you'd be interested in seeing how I achieve some of my cards. And this is just a little stamp that we got in our Crafter's Companion box number 3 subscription box. If you're a member, you got these stamps and dies and everything, but I'm going to use this as the front of a card. I haven't decided what the title will be, but it'll work. So we're going to do something like that. I'm going to start off by using my Finesse by Spectrum Noir waterproof dye ink, because I'm going to be using sparkle pens, and sparkle pens are a water-based pen, and I just love them. They have the best sparkle. I don't know if you could tell. I don't know how far we'll get on this, but we'll try to do as much as we can. Alright, so I'm going to stamp this flower right about here. And I'm using watercolor cardstock as well. If you're going to want to use the sparkle pens, you need the watercolor cardstock as well as the Finesse is waterproof dye. So anyway, I cleaned off my stamp, and what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to have to get a new one soon. I made a mask to cover some of the other leaves, some of the leaves of the flowers, or flower in this case, because I'm going to stamp the leaves, and I want it to look, see, like this one, it looks like the leaf is in the back, when actually I stamped it after I stamped the flower. So we're going to mask it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one real soon, because I've used this one a lot. I'm going to put my leaf stamp on here, and again I'm going to use my Finesse. Now what I did to make the mask is I just used some masking, I can't think of what it's called, but it's a masking thing I got at Amazon. I would put everything at the bottom of my video, however, I don't have enough subscribers excuse me, to be able to do that. You have to have at least 100, and since I'm just starting, I don't have I'm not eligible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stamp this right on top of that mask. Hopefully I get a good stamp. You can also do this with your Misty or Stamp-A-Ma-Jig or whatever you have. Now I'm cleaning my stamp with a baby wipe, and I'm going to remove the mask. Excuse me, get a drink of water. I would start coughing as soon as I start recording. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start with the flower. Now, Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pens, they have a sparkle inside, some kind of glitter. So you have to shake them up every time you get ready to use them. And like I said, these are water-based, which helps them to be able to blend. So this one is Rudolph's Nose. I'm going to blend it with Juicy Mandarin. Now, I'm not a colorista. I just do this because I like it. So, don't hate me if I go outside of the lines. Another drink of water. You have to shake these before you use them, and I tend to do it every time I use them to make sure the glitter comes up into the pen. Now this one is, which one is this? Sunshine. So what I'm going to do is blend the sunshine over both in hopes of getting a good blend. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. And I haven't really been able to figure out what's the deal. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go on to the next petal. And as you see, I'm not really painting or anything. I'm just putting the color down and letting it do its thing. And I'm using this one and I'm going back on top. This one looks like I need to prime it a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So, so that it blends from basically the red to the orange. Now I'm gonna go back to the yellow, or should I say sunshine. And the red was Rudolph's Nose. What was this orange? Juicy Mandarin. Okay, and in order to blend, sometimes you have to do it in a circular motion. So I usually go back over it, the whole thing, with the lighter color. I start with the darker color, go to the medium color. Sometimes I start with the lighter color. Let's do that. Start with the lighter color. See if that gives us more blendability. There are a number of ways you can do this. They have a lot of information on crafterscompanion.com and spectrumnoir.com. They have some videos teaching you a little bit about how to, oh, that's from before. My hands, when I do this, my hands get really painted, but that's okay. That's quite all right with me putting the caps on and off each time, which you really do need to do, because you don't want your pens to dry out. So I've just gotten into the habit of closing them and opening them. Now I'm getting a little more blendability here. So I guess that's what I needed to do. We'll start off with the yellow. Now what I'm going to do is I wipe off when I use the lighter color over a darker color. I wipe it off so that it doesn't stain my brush, the brush nib of the marker. Okay, let's see. I need to prime this one a little bit. Every so often, I use these a lot. So every so often I have to squeeze a little more ink. You have to be careful because if you push it too hard, there goes a lot of ink. You will get ink everywhere. And I mean everywhere. But I like doing this. It's relaxing. Okay, let's go to the darker one. Oops, went out of the lines. Oh well. I'll live. Now we're going back into the medium color. Now we're going back to the light to blend it all. Now as you can see, I don't know if you can see the glitter, but this is just glitter everywhere. All right. I'm going to try to stay in the line. Doesn't always work. Now I got these on sale on HSN. Oh, wrong one. And I'm hoping to get a few more. They're having another sale Wednesday. And, or should I say Tuesday night here, where I am in Central Time Zone. It'll start at, 11 o'clock Tuesday night. And I'm usually up about that time, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, however you want to look at it. Okay, now this is our last leaf. I'm going to go over this one just a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to use this one. See if I can blend that a little better. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. The one thing I haven't figured out is what to do with the center. So a lot of times I just put a rhinestone in there. Okay, now we're going to do the leaves. Now remember I covered the flower so that it would look like the leaves were behind the flower. So now, I hope I'm not putting my head in the way. Trying to see. This is where the leaf came through on the stamp. So I'm picking up all of the green where the green needs to be. And I'm not going to do all the shading and all of that. You can pick that up if you look at the videos they have online. They also have a lot of other people doing this on YouTube. I want to get close to my flower without getting into the flower. Okay, now this part should be easier. It's these edges that get me. I have a hard time sometimes staying in these lines. So don't get mad if I go out. Don't put a bunch of bad comments. You didn't stay in the line. You're supposed to be showing us what to do. No, I'm not showing you what to do. I'm showing you how I do it. This is just something that I like to do. And so I thought I'd share it with you. But I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. This is just something I think is fun. It's relaxing. So I thought I'd share it. It's a change of pace from what I usually put on video. But I do a lot of different crafts, so there's no telling what you might see. Now, I personally think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Okay, now, the one thing that they keep talking about, is this my lightest blue? Don't know. Aquamarine. Is this blue hue around it. They say that's really important. Don't know why, but they say that's kind of dark. I don't know. Let's see which one is the lightest. Because it is the lightest. Okay, so we are going to go with blue topaz. And we're going to spread it with my crystal clear sparkle pen. Now, you see me opening this, it's because I have issues with my hands. Not because it's difficult to open. So, what I'm going to do is go around this leaf on this side with some of that blue, and then I'm going to come back right behind it and kind of, I don't know what you call it, blend it maybe, so it's less of a line and more of a blue hue, like it's surrounding the flower. And then I'm going to put some more blue. And then some more crystal clear. I suppose you could do this with a water brush, but because I like I like the shine. I do it with the crystal. Okay. And I'm doing them in little bits because you don't want the the ink to dry, because it's harder to blend if it's dry. Now, I've never been one to want to color or do any of this, but after retiring, so to speak, decided I was going to make cards and do more crafty things that I used to do, and decided I really, really like it. I really do. I enjoy it. But I like to do the videos late at night so that the dog isn't barking at cats outside and people around the house are not interrupting me. It's a real quiet time in my house. Most people are asleep. But since I'm retired, I don't have to get up that early anymore. So I can stay up as late as I want. Okay. This is coming right along. If I had a lighter blue, I would have used it. But this is the blue that I have as far as sparkle pens. I have all kinds of other blues, but they're not sparkle pens, so I didn't want to use them. I also do stuff with my Cricut. I'm going to be making some t-shirts for a trip I'll be going on later this year. Putting some decorations on some bags to take on the trip. Should be fun. So maybe when I get ready to do the design for the bags, maybe I'll record that, show how I do that process. I kind of brush this as opposed to just paint like that. I kind of squiggle it around so that it's more, you know, it's not any lines, any legible lines that you can see. Now I've got some blue on the tip, but that's okay. I'll just wipe it off. It'll still show, but it won't bother my my next project. Okay, so what do you think? Let's see, it's a little close, huh? Let's see which one I like better. Oh, no, this is the one we just did. This is the one I did earlier today. They look about the same, don't they? All right, well, if you like what I did, give me a thumbs up. And please, please, please subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I'm going to do another video. I try to do at least one a week. And as I get more proficient at it, I'll try to do more if I have something to video. So anyway, thanks for joining me. And as always, be blessed.